Sometimes the greatest things emerge from the most simple moments. When you feel nothing is changing, that is the time when the seeds of ideas and effort begin to grow. Every opportunity has its own time and place. Patience does not mean waiting, but continuing to move, even if the results are not yet visible. Courage appears when you decide to step forward, even if the road ahead is full of uncertainty. Life gives us choices every day. The choice to give up or to keep trying, to find new ways and open doors that were previously closed. Every small action brings an impact that slowly shapes something much bigger. Believe in the process and believe in your ability to adapt, because the world always rewards those who never stop moving. One day, when you look back, you will realize that every small step, every choice, and every courage you showed has shaped a future bigger than you ever imagined. Sometimes the world seems full of limitations, and big ideas feel impossible to achieve. But remember, every great achievement begins with one simple step, a brave step, with the intention to make a difference. Creativity appears when you dare to question the old ways and try something that has never been tried before. Life is not about waiting for the right time, but about utilizing the present moment to express your abilities and potential. Courage is the ability to step forward, even if uncertainty still lurks. Every idea you actualize, every decision you make, is part of a larger journey that can only be formed through your own actions. Remember that real optimism comes from real work, from unseen perseverance, and from the courage you continue to show, even when the world doubts you. One day, you will look back and realize that your courage, creativity, and perseverance have created something much bigger than you imagined. The long journey often feels exhausting, and sometimes the results are not immediately visible, but steadfastness is the ability to keep walking, even when the path ahead seems heavy and winding. Focus on what truly matters and let go of things that only drain your energy. Success is not about how fast you arrive, but about how consistent you walk and how sincerely you maintain the direction you choose. Every day is an opportunity to align your actions with your goals and to plant seeds that will eventually grow into great results. You don't have to finish everything at once. Just keep moving forward and let the process slowly shape your achievements. Life teaches that patience, perseverance, and focus are the foundation of every meaningful accomplishment. One day, when you look back, you will realize that every small step and every conscious decision has brought you to an extraordinary place. Sometimes life takes us to places we do not know, and uncertainty makes the steps feel heavy. But behind every challenge lies an opportunity to learn, grow, and discover new strength. Courage arises not from knowing all the answers, but from the willingness to step forward, even without knowing what awaits ahead. Every day offers a chance to try something different and to express your potential in a unique way. Life is not always about instant results, but about how you endure and keep adapting while maintaining your integrity and direction. Every small decision and every step you take consciously becomes the foundation of a greater achievement. Believe in the process and believe in yourself, because perseverance and optimism will open the way to possibilities you never imagined before. One day, when you look back at your journey, you will realize that every difficult moment, every courage you showed, has shaped something much more meaningful than you ever imagined. Sometimes we feel all efforts are in vain, and the desired results seem far from reach. But every step you take, even if it seems small, is part of a larger process. Difficulties are not meant to hold you back, but to show how strong you truly are. Perseverance emerges when you keep going, even when no one is watching and no one is giving praise. Life gives opportunities to those who are willing to try, not once but repeatedly, with the same determination every day. Every experience, every challenge, and every decision forms a solid foundation for your future. Believe in your ability to adapt, and believe that every sincere effort will bear fruit even if not immediately visible. One day, when you look back, you will smile, because all your perseverance, patience, and courage have shaped something much bigger than you ever imagined. Sometimes the world seems full of limitations, and possibilities feel very narrow. But in every limitation, there is always room for creativity and for finding new ways that were previously unthinkable. Self-belief is the key to unlocking hidden opportunities. Life is not about waiting for the path to open, but about creating your own path. With ideas, perseverance, and determination, every decision you make, every experiment you do, is part of a journey toward something bigger. Difficulties and uncertainty are not enemies. They are signs that something important is being tested. Keep moving forward even if your steps feel slow, and believe that every sincere effort will yield valuable results, more than you can imagine now. One day, when you look back, you will smile, because your creativity, courage, and perseverance have created something extraordinary. Life is a series of moments, and every moment gives you a choice. Every action you take, every courage you show, has an impact that goes far beyond what is visible. You might feel small, but every sincere and conscious step creates waves that spread wider than you imagine. When you face uncertainty, remember that great things often emerge from uncertainty itself. Believe in the process, and never underestimate the power of consistency and perseverance. Life is not about how fast you move, but about how bravely you face challenges, and how sincerely you build something meaningful. One day, when you look back, you will smile, because all the courage, effort, and small steps you took have created something bigger than you ever imagined, and left a mark that will be remembered. The journey of life is not always straight. Sometimes it is full of turns, challenges, and uncertainties. But every step you take, even if simple and seemingly small, carries the energy that shapes the direction of your journey. Simplicity is strength, because from consistent small actions, great changes are born. Optimism is not just hope, but the ability to keep moving forward, even if the results are not yet visible. Every challenge is an invitation to discover hidden abilities within yourself and to open new opportunities you never thought possible. Life is about the process, about moving forward even if slowly, and keeping your intentions clear every day. One day, when you look back, you will realize that all the simple steps, all your perseverance, and all your courage have shaped something extraordinary and meaningful. Often life presents a difficult path, and obstacles seem bigger than our abilities. But true strength emerges when you keep walking. Even when the path feels heavy and full of challenges, every difficulty holds a lesson, and every conscious decision you make becomes the foundation for a stronger future. Perseverance is the key, not for instant results, but for building a foundation that will last. Life gives us time, and how we use every moment determines the quality of our journey and the results we achieve. Don't be afraid to face obstacles, because behind them is hidden the opportunity to grow and develop. One day, when you look back, you will realize that all the perseverance, patience, and courage you showed have created something extraordinary and shaped a future bigger than you ever imagined. Sometimes we underestimate the power of small steps, even though those steps slowly shape the direction of life's journey. Every choice you make, every sincere effort, is a brick to build your own future. Self-confidence emerges when you keep trying, even if the results are not yet visible, and even if a lot of doubt arises around you. Life gives opportunities to those who are willing to see further, and who dare to step even when the path is not always clear. Simplicity and consistency are the best friends, because from small habits done sincerely, great changes are born. Believe in the process, and believe that every effort made with determination will produce unexpected results, more than you can imagine now. One day, when you look back on your journey, you will smile, because all your small steps, patience, and courage have shaped something extraordinary and meaningful. Sometimes the world feels too noisy. Everything moves fast, everyone wants to be seen first. But in the middle of that crowd, there is great strength that can only be found in silence. When you pause for a moment and listen to yourself, that is where the direction of life slowly becomes clearer. Calmness does not mean being still. It is a space for the mind to breathe, and for the heart to rediscover its purpose. No need to rush to chase everything at once. Some things take time, and some dreams need calm to grow. Believe me, in the silence, you are arranging your steps for something bigger, and when the time comes, every decision born from your calmness will bring about changes that are truly meaningful. Not everything goes as we expect. Sometimes even the best plans must fall apart, so that we learn to build in a new way. Failure is not the end. It is just life's way of teaching a different direction. When everything feels heavy, remember that every wound carries a lesson, and every mistake holds the seed of wisdom. Life does not ask us to always be strong, but to keep trying, even if slowly, even with a tired heart. Rising up does not mean forgetting what has happened, but choosing to keep moving forward, with a heart wiser than before. Believe me, everything that falls apart today is preparing space for something better to grow tomorrow. And when the time comes, you will understand that every fall is just the beginning of a more beautiful rise. There are times when everything seems dark, and the direction feels lost. But even in the darkness, there is always a small light that guides your steps, if you are willing to believe in it. Hope is not something that comes from outside. It grows slowly within the heart. Every time you choose not to give up. The journey is not always easy. Sometimes you have to go through a storm to know how strong you really are. But remember, every storm will pass, and after it the sky will look clearer. Every small step you take today is a form of courage that one day will bring you to the place you dream of. Don't be afraid to walk slowly. The important thing is that you keep moving forward, because the light you're looking for is waiting for you at the end of that journey. Every day brings new opportunities, even if sometimes they feel the same as yesterday. But behind every small step you take, there is progress that may not yet be visible to the eye. Don't underestimate the process, because great changes always start from simple things. Hope is not just about waiting for something to happen, but about believing that every effort will bring you closer to your dreams. There are times when you feel you are not moving, when in fact you are growing from within. Not all progress has to be fast. The important thing is that you don't stop. Every effort, every belief is proof that you are walking on your own path. And one day, when you look back, you will smile, because everything you fought for is slowly becoming real. There comes a time when you must stop fighting the past and start making peace with it. Everything that has ever hurt you doesn't always have to be forgotten, but can be used as a lesson that guides your steps today. Forgiveness doesn't mean giving up. It means you are strong enough to let go of the burden and choose to walk with a calmer heart. Sometimes peace does not come from answers, but from sincere acceptance. Life keeps moving, and you must move along with it. Let the past be a teacher, not a prison that holds you back. Every day that comes is a new opportunity to start again with a clearer view and a lighter heart. Because only with a peaceful heart can you truly see how beautiful the life you are living is. Change always comes with fear, because we leave behind what is known to step towards what is uncertain. But that is exactly where growth begins. When you dare to step out of your comfort zone, you open the door for extraordinary things to enter. It's okay to feel doubt. It's okay to walk slowly. The important thing is that you keep moving, because courage does not mean without fear, but the ability to keep stepping, even if your heart trembles inside. Every step towards change is a sign of life, and every decision to move forward is proof that you are finding your new self. Don't be afraid to change, because behind every courage, there is the best version of yourself waiting to be discovered. Life often brings us to intersections, a place where difficult choices await, but courage emerges when you dare to take the step. Even if the outcome is uncertain, every risk you take, every conscious decision, is part of building a greater future. Perseverance means continuing to walk, even when the path ahead seems dark and challenging. Life is not about avoiding mistakes, but about learning from every experience and continuing your journey. Every sincere effort, every idea you actualize, will create the foundation for greater opportunities. Believe in the process and in yourself, because all your perseverance and courage will shape a future broader than you can imagine now. One day, when you look back, you will smile, because every step, every risk, and every bit of your perseverance has shaped something extraordinary. Sometimes the journey feels slow, and progress seems almost non-existent. But patience is the key that allows all your small efforts to become something meaningful later on. Steadfastness means continuing to move forward, even if the results are not yet visible, and maintaining clear intentions and goals. Life teaches that every challenge, every obstacle, and every difficult decision is part of the process that builds your strength and character. Do not rush, do not give up, and do not underestimate the small steps you take every day. Every choice, every action, and every effort is the foundation for a greater future. Believe in your journey, and believe that your patience and perseverance will open doors to opportunities previously unseen. One day, when you look back, you will realize that every step, every struggle, and every moment of patience has shaped something extraordinary and meaningful. There are times when you doubt yourself, feel not good enough, or are afraid to fail before trying. But remember, the strength you are looking for is already within you. You do not need to wait for the perfect time, because every step taken with good intention always brings meaningful change. Believe in yourself, even if others cannot yet see what you see. Belief is not about knowing the final result, but about trusting that you can go through every process. Don't let doubt dim the light you have. Every small step you take is a sign of extraordinary courage. And one day, when you see how far you have walked, you will realize that believing in yourself is the best decision you ever made. Look at your journey, all the steps, all the wounds, all the things you have been through. Maybe not all of it was easy, but every moment has shaped the person you are now. Life is not about how fast you arrive, but about how deeply you appreciate every step. There is a time to struggle, there is a time to pause and breathe, and between the two, that is where you truly grow. Do not regret anything that has happened. Every failure teaches a direction. Every sadness strengthens the heart, and every courage opens a new path. You do not need to be perfect. You just need to keep moving, with sincere intentions and a heart that believes everything will be okay. Because in the end, it is not the result that makes life meaningful, but the journey you take with all your heart. And there, you will find true peace. Sometimes what you need is not an answer, but time to be silent and listen to your own heart. You have struggled this far, and even if sometimes it feels lonely, it does not mean you are alone. The universe has its own way to guide the steps of those who do not give up. Calm your heart. Everything you are fighting for will slowly find its way. You do not have to always be strong every day. Crying is not a sign of weakness. It is just the heart's way of saying it is still alive. Let tonight be your place to rest. Let go of everything that makes you tired, and allow yourself to believe that tomorrow will bring a new light. Morning is a sign that you are still given a chance to try again. Whatever happened yesterday, let it stay behind. Today is a new page, and you have the right to write a different story. It doesn't have to be perfect right away. Just start with a sincere small step. Because great changes always start from the courage to begin today. Look around you. The sun rises not because it has to, but because it is its duty to give light. So are you. You don't have to be the greatest. Just be the person who doesn't stop trying. And as time goes by, you will realize that every morning is not just a routine, but an opportunity to become the best version of yourself. In the middle of a long day, sometimes you feel tired, as if all your efforts have not shown results. But don't give up just because the journey feels heavy. Remember, every process needs time, and every small step you take today is building something bigger in the future. Not all growth is visible. Some happen silently, like roots strengthening in the ground. So keep walking, even if slowly, even if it feels slow, because the perseverance today will be the reason you smile later. Rest for a while if needed, but don't stop. The sky remains blue, and time is still on the side of those who do not give up. Dusk always comes in a gentle way, as if wanting to remind that not all endings feel sad. There is beauty in every farewell of the day. There is meaning behind every fatigue you feel. Today might not be perfect, but you have tried your best, and that is enough. Sometimes you just need to pause, look at the sky, and thank yourself for having endured this far. Don't be too hard on yourself. Everyone is learning, and you are growing in your own way. Let the dusk be a witness that even though the day ends, hope never truly fades. Night comes not to end, but to calm. It brings silence, so you can listen back to the voice of your own heart. Today might be exhausting, but you have done your best. You have struggled, have tried, and that is more than enough. Now, it's time to let go of everything you cannot control. Let your mind be calm, and your heart rest. It's okay if not everything goes according to plan yet. Sometimes the universe just wants you to pause for a moment, to believe that everything will be okay. Close your eyes, feel your breath, and let this night hug you gently. You are safe, you are valuable, and you deserve this peace. Dawn comes with a slow but certain step. It is not noisy, not hurried, just carrying a simple message. That darkness never lasts forever. Whatever you went through last night, let it stay there. Today is a new opportunity, a page untainted by yesterday. Breathe in slowly. Feel the warmth of the light beginning to touch your skin. It is a sign that you still have time, still have hope, and are still given a chance to try again. You don't have to run. Just walk calmly, as long as you don't stop. Because every morning is proof that life always gives space for those who are willing to start again. Believe in yourself, even if no one else sees what you see. Not everyone will understand your journey, and that's okay. You are not walking to prove who you are to them, but to discover who you truly are. Sometimes the world will be silent, giving no signs, and precisely at that moment, you must trust the direction you choose. Belief is not about never being afraid, but about continuing to step forward, even if the fear is still there. Don't wait for everything to be certain, because certainty only comes to those who are brave enough to start. Keep walking. Slowly is okay, as long as you don't stop believing, because every small step today is guiding you toward the best version of yourself. Hope is a small thing, but capable of lighting a light in the middle of darkness. Sometimes you don't know how everything will go, but it's enough to know that your steps are not in vain. Life is indeed not always easy, but there is always a reason to keep believing. Maybe now you don't see the results, but the seeds you plant today are growing silently within time. Don't rush. All beautiful things take time to arrive. And in between that wait, the important thing is that you keep the small light in your heart. Hope is not about waiting for something to come, but about continuing to believe that what you are fighting for will find its own way. Sometimes happiness doesn't come from big things, but from small things we often ignore. The air you breathe, a simple smile from someone, the calm sky above your head, all of that are blessings you might not realize. We too often wait for something big until we forget to be grateful for the small things we already have. Actually, the feeling of enough doesn't come when you have everything, but when you realize that what you have is already more than enough. Pause for a moment. Look around you. There are many beautiful things waiting for you to be grateful for today, because every breath, every second, every small step in your life is a priceless gift from the universe. Forgiveness is not about forgetting, but learning not to live in the same wound anymore. Sometimes the hardest thing is not forgiving others, but forgiving yourself. Everyone makes mistakes, everyone falls, and everyone gets disappointed. But a mistake doesn't always mean the end. It can be the beginning of wisdom. Let go of everything that is still holding you back. Anger, regret, guilt. Let all of that go slowly. You don't have to carry that burden forever. Give space for yourself to be calm, to heal, to love life again without fear. Because forgiveness is not a gift for others, but the most sincere form of self-love. Calmness does not mean a life without problems, but the ability to remain peaceful in the middle of a storm. You cannot control everything, but you can always choose how you perceive it. Sometimes the world is too noisy. Too many voices want to be heard, until you forget to listen to the voice of your own heart. Calm down for a moment. Breathe slowly. Let go of everything you cannot change. You do not need to answer all questions today. You do not need to run after everything at once. Sometimes it is enough to stop, be silent, and let the world run without you having to control it. True calmness does not come from outside, but from within. When you accept, understand, and make peace with yourself. Not all days are easy. There are times when everything feels heavy, and you start doubting your own direction, but that is where steadfastness of heart is tested. True strength is not about never falling, but the ability to rise again. Every time life tries to bring you down, sometimes the world feels unfair. But remember, you were not created to give up. A strong heart is not always hard. Sometimes it is soft, but knows when to hold on and when to let go. Keep walking, even if the path is lonely, even if your steps feel slow, because the steadfastness today is the reason you will be strong tomorrow. Love yourself, not only when you feel great, but also when you feel vulnerable. Don't wait for others to see your worth. You are valuable, even before anyone says so. Sometimes you are too busy trying to be enough, until you forget that you were already enough from the start. It's okay if you're not perfect yet. It's okay if you are still learning,
Life is not about being flawless.
but about accepting yourself fully. Stop comparing your life with others. A flower doesn't need to envy the light of another flower, because each has its own time to bloom. Hug yourself gently, forgive every small mistake, and believe you are worthy of love, especially from yourself. Courage does not mean not being afraid. Courage is stepping forward, even if the fear is still there. There is no time that is truly ready, no moment that is perfect. There is only now, and your decision to try, every small step you take, is proof that you are stronger than your own doubt. Don't let fear dictate the direction of your life. Fear is real, but your strength is also real. Being brave doesn't mean you know everything will work out, but you trust that whatever the result, you will still be able to get back up. So walk with a confident heart. No need to rush. No need to wait for everything to be calm, because true courage is born in the midst of uncertainty. Life is not just about walking fast, but about knowing where you are stepping. Sometimes we are so busy running, we forget why we started. The purpose of life is not always about big results. Sometimes it's just about feeling peaceful when you know you are on the right path. It's okay if you are still looking for direction. Everyone has their own time to find meaning in every step. Pause for a moment. Breathe and listen to your heart. It knows where you need to go. Life is not about who arrives first, but about who does not give up, even if the path is not clear. So keep walking. Slowly is okay, as long as you don't stop, because the destination is not always at the end of the road. Sometimes it is in every step you take today. Sometimes life feels dark, as if all the lights have gone out. But remember, even the smallest star still shines in the night sky. Hope is not about waiting for everything to be okay, but about believing that the storm will not last forever. Today might feel heavy, but every small step you take is a form of extraordinary courage. You do not have to know how it ends. Just believe that you are heading to a better place. Hope is simple, sometimes just a gentle whisper in the heart that says, "Don't give up. Tomorrow might be brighter." Calmness does not always come from a quiet place. Sometimes it arises from a heart that stops fighting everything. You do not have to understand everything today. You do not have to find all the answers at once. Just sit down for a while, take a deep breath, and allow yourself to feel calm. The world can still be noisy, but within you, there is always a peaceful space if you are willing to listen to it. Calmness is not without problems, but about how you choose not to drown in them. Let go of what you cannot control, and believe life knows how to guide you home. Believe in yourself, because no one knows your path better than you. You might often doubt, but within you there is a strength much greater than you think. You don't always have to have all the answers. Just have the conviction to keep stepping forward. Everyone has their time, and maybe now is your time to believe that you are capable. Don't wait for others to convince you, because true belief comes from within the heart. You have fallen before, but you have also risen, and that is proof that you are stronger than your own fear. Believe me, as long as you still dare to try, nothing can truly stop you. It's okay to be tired. It's okay to pause for a moment. You are not a machine. You are human who also needs calm. Sometimes the world is too noisy, and you just need to breathe, while saying to yourself, "I need a break." Pausing for a moment doesn't mean giving up. It means you are gathering energy to step further later. No need to force yourself to be strong all the time, because true strength is not about never being fragile, but about daring to admit that you need time to heal. So rest, calm your heart. You are not left behind. You are just learning to love yourself in a gentler way. After fatigue, there will be time to rise. No matter how deep you fall, as long as there is an intention to try again, there's always a way to stand up again. Rising up doesn't have to be fast. Sometimes slowly, sometimes with tears, and that still means you are moving forward. Every wound will slowly turn into a lesson. Every failure will become the foundation for your new strength. Don't be afraid to start again, because this time you are wiser, stronger. Know who you truly are. Rise up calmly, with a heart that already understands that even if you were once broken, you can still create a new version of yourself. Forgive yourself, For all the things you didn't understand back then, forgive. For decisions you once regretted, for words that once hurt, even for hopes you once abandoned. You are only human, learning as you walk, trying to understand life in the way you can. Don't keep punishing yourself for the past you cannot change. The important thing now is that you want to be better than yesterday. You deserve to be calm. You deserve to be at peace. A mistake is not the end of everything. It is just a sign that you are growing, learning to become a stronger person. Hug yourself and say softly, "I have tried," and that is enough. Gratitude is simple, not because everything is perfect, but because you can still feel, still see, still love. Sometimes we focus too much on what is lost, until we forget how much we still have. The air you breathe, the sky you look at, the people who are still by your side, all are blessings that are often forgotten. Pause for a moment, look around you, and say thank you, not because life is always easy, but because you still have the chance to live it. Gratitude does not make life without wounds, but makes every wound feel lighter, and the moment you start appreciating the small things, great happiness will come on its own. Letting go does not mean giving up, but choosing not to hurt yourself anymore by holding on to something that should leave. Not everything that is lost needs to be chased. Not everything that comes must be held on to. There are things that only come to teach, not to stay forever. Sometimes, what makes us heavy is not the departure itself, but the hope we are reluctant to let go of. Learn to say, thank you, even if your heart still wants to hold on, because behind every loss, there is always new space to grow. Letting go is not the end of the story. It is the beginning of a new piece. It's okay if you have fallen. It's okay if you have stopped for a while. The important thing is, you do not give up on yourself. Rising up does not mean you were never hurt, but you choose not to live in that wound. Every tear, every disappointment, all of it shapes the stronger person you are today. Maybe your steps now are still slow, but every small step is still meaningful. You have been through the toughest days, and that is proof that you can get through anything after this. Rise up slowly, bring your hope, and believe. The future still has a beautiful space for you. Not everything has to come fast. Some beautiful things need time to grow. Believe in the process. Even if it sometimes feels slow, even if the results are not visible today. A seed does not bloom on the first day, but it still grows. Silently, slowly, under the dark soil. So is your life. You are growing, even if not everyone can see it yet. Don't rush. Don't compare your steps with anyone else's. Everyone's time is different, and yours has its own beauty. Keep walking, because every small effort today is preparing something big for tomorrow. Believe, God is never late. He is just preparing the most perfect time for you. Solitude is not a punishment. Sometimes it is time given, so you can truly know yourself. In silence, you learn to listen to the contents of your heart. In quiet, you find what you truly need. Not everyone can walk with you forever, and that's okay. Some only come to show direction, then leave when their time comes. Don't be afraid to be alone, because from there you grow the strongest. Solitude teaches you not to depend, but to stand on your own beliefs. And the moment you start to get comfortable with yourself, you will realize that true happiness never really depends on anyone other than yourself. Stay strong, even if your steps feel heavy. Life is not always easy, but you always have the choice to keep standing. Steadfastness does not mean never getting tired, but daring to keep walking, even if your heart was shaken. There are times when the world feels too harsh, but within you, there is a strength that cannot be broken by anything. You have been through difficult times before, and you can get through them again this time. Don't let failure make you doubt, because every fall is not a sign of the end, but part of the journey to the best version of yourself. Hold your beliefs tightly, and believe me, no storm lasts forever. You just need to keep standing until the rain stops and the sky is clear again. The past is not to be forgotten, but to be understood. Whatever has happened did not come to destroy you, but to teach you something you couldn't learn in any other way. Sometimes you have to stop fighting the memories and start accepting that everything has passed. You cannot fix the past, but you can fix yourself today. Forgive yourself for all the things you didn't understand back then. Be grateful, because from all those wounds you grew into someone wiser. Letting go does not mean forgetting. It means stopping letting the past control your future. So calm down, let the past be a teacher, not a prison. Believe in the process because every small step is leading you towards something great. Sometimes you don't immediately see the results, but that doesn't mean there is no progress. A flower needs time to bloom too, so do your dreams. Don't rush, let time work along with your effort. What you plant today will grow at the right time. Believe that every struggle, every fatigue will be paid off with something beautiful. You are not left behind, you are being prepared. Keep walking even if slowly, because what you are doing today is a step towards the future you dream of. Believe in yourself, even when no one else does, because true belief doesn't grow from the praise of others, but from the gentle voice within your heart that says, I can. You don't have to be perfect to be worthy of trust. You don't have to be great to start. Just brave enough to step forward and keep believing even if the results are not yet visible. Every great person has been doubted, has been considered incapable, but they kept stepping because they knew the greatest potential grows from the quietest belief. So calm down. You are not left behind. You are not lacking. You are just building yourself slowly in a way that not everyone understands. Keep believing because the only person who can truly stop you is only yourself. Stop looking right and left because your life is not a race. Everyone has their own time, their own path, and a different story. You don't have to be the same as them because you were created to walk on your own path. Sometimes you feel left behind, but actually, you are just growing at your own rhythm. A flower doesn't envy another flower that blooms first. It just waits for its best time to shine. Focus on your steps. Enjoy the process, even if slowly. The important thing is that you keep moving forward. You are not losing. You are just heading towards the best version of yourself. And when your time comes, all your efforts will look beautiful, like a flower that finally blooms in its season. Sincerity does not mean you don't care, but you choose not to be burdened by things you cannot change. Sometimes life doesn't go according to plan, but that doesn't mean life stops there. There are things you must let go of, not because of giving up, but because you realize you deserve to be at peace. Sincerity is not about forgetting, but about accepting with a calm heart. Not all wounds need an explanation, because some just come to teach maturity. Learn to say, I accept, even if your heart still wants to ask why. Because behind every loss, there is new space being prepared for your next happiness. Maturity is not about how much you know, but how calmly you face the things you do not understand. It is no longer about who is right, but who can keep their heart peaceful. There are times when you don't need to explain everything, because you realize not everyone is ready to understand. Learn to be silent when anger comes, not because you lose, but because you are strong enough not to get carried away. Maturity is quiet, no longer wanting to prove anything, just wanting to feel calm. And slowly, you will understand that peace is much more valuable than the desire to always win. Don't extinguish your hope, even if the world feels dark. The small light in your heart can be the reason to keep enduring. Sometimes, what you need is not an answer, but the belief that everything will be okay in time. You don't have to understand everything now. Some things you just need to trust, that they are bringing you towards something more beautiful. Hope is not just a word. It is a subtle strength that makes you keep going when logic says give up. Hold on to that hope tightly, even if small, because even a light as small as a candle can still penetrate the darkness of the night. And one day, you will smile, realizing that it was that small hope that brought you this far. Time never truly stops. It walks slowly, without waiting for anyone. Every second that passes will never return, and that is where the meaning lies. Every day you live is a priceless new opportunity. Don't let your days just pass by, because time will not wait until you are ready. Use every moment to love, to learn, to become the best version of yourself. Appreciate the small things that happen today, because one day, you will realize that those are the most valuable moments. You cannot hold time, but you can choose how you fill it. And when night falls, hopefully you can smile gently, because you know that today you have lived with all your heart. It's okay if you don't know all the answers yet. It's okay if your steps are still small. The important thing is that you keep walking. Sometimes life doesn't give complete instructions, but it always gives small signs for those who dare to step forward. Don't let fear hold you back. Doubt is natural, but don't let it kill your courage. Every step, no matter how small, is part of the great journey you are on. Believe me, you are not lost. You are just learning to understand your own direction, and when later you look back, you will realize how far you have walked just because you did not give up. Patience is not about waiting without meaning, but about remaining calm while continuing to move step by step. Life has its own rhythm. Not everything can be rushed or forced. Sometimes you want instant results, but true beauty always needs time to grow. Believe in your process. Let time work with you. Every effort you make today is preparing something bigger for tomorrow. Don't rush. Don't hurry. The important thing is you keep walking with a patient and believing heart, and one day you will smile, realizing that everything you were waiting for came right on time. It's okay to start over. It's okay to feel afraid. The important thing is that you are brave enough to try again. Every failure is not meant to make you give up, but to prepare you to face the next step more wisely. Starting over doesn't mean you are weak, but it means you are brave enough to give yourself a new chance. Don't wait for the perfect time, because the best time to start is now. Believe me, even if initially it's heavy and full of doubt, every small step will bring you closer to your dreams. Rise up and start again with a heart full of conviction. You are never too late to be better. Life is not always easy, but there is always something to be grateful for. Even in the hardest moments, there are still lessons you can take. There is still strength you can find. Be grateful for the small things that are often missed, like the smile of your loved ones, fresh air in the morning, or the opportunity to try again. Gratitude is not about a perfect life, but about being able to see the light in the middle of the darkness you face. When you are grateful, your heart becomes calmer, and the burden feels lighter. Keep walking, with a heart that keeps appreciating every moment. Because even in difficulty, life is still full of small miracles worth being grateful for. Peace of heart doesn't mean the world around you is perfect. It means you are able to remain peaceful, even when problems come and go. Learn to take a deep breath and let go of the things you cannot control. Don't let the noise outside determine your peace inside. A calm heart is a strength that allows you to think clearly and make decisions wisely. Take time to be silent, to listen to your own heart, and let that calmness guide your steps. You cannot control everything, but you can always choose peace within yourself. Don't let other people's opinions extinguish the light within you. Not everyone will understand the path you choose or the reasons behind every decision you make, but that's okay. The important thing is, you keep walking with your own convictions. Keep shining, even if misunderstood, because a sincere light always finds its place. Let others say whatever they want. A kind heart will remain kind, and honest effort will remain meaningful. You don't need to change yourself to be accepted. Just be the best version of yourself, and the world will adjust to your kindness. Shine, stay calm, and believe that the true light never fades. Don't be in a hurry to judge yourself or compare your life with others. Every step you take, every mistake and success is part of your own unique journey. Appreciate the process, because that is where you learn, grow, and become stronger. No need to rush to reach the destination. Enjoy every moment, and be grateful for what you have achieved so far. Your journey is different, and that is what makes it valuable. Be patient with yourself, and believe that every experience, even if small or difficult, is shaping the best version of yourself. It's okay if your steps feel slow. The important thing is you keep walking. Consistency is more valuable than speed, because every small effort done repeatedly will bear fruit in time. Don't compare yourself with others, or feel like a failure because you haven't reached the goal yet. Every step you take, no matter how small, is bringing you closer to your dreams. The important thing is not to stop, not to give up, and to keep believing that this process is shaping you to be stronger. Keep moving, even if slowly, because consistent small progress will ultimately result in great change. Believe in your life's journey. Not everything will be easy to understand now, but every experience, every mistake and success is shaping you into a wiser person. Life doesn't always go according to plan, and that's okay. The important thing is, you keep walking and remain open to learning from every moment. Sometimes your path is winding. Sometimes it feels heavy. But believe me, every step carries meaning and purpose. Accept every experience with an open heart. And believe that in the end, everything you went through will bring you exactly where you are supposed to be. Change is part of life, even though sometimes it comes without warning. Don't be afraid or anxious, because every change brings a lesson and an opportunity to grow. Remain calm, even if everything seems different or uncertain. Life cannot always be controlled, but your heart can always choose peace in the flow of change. Every new moment is an opportunity to learn, and every step of adaptation makes you stronger. Accept change with an open heart, and believe that even if the path is different, you are always on the right track. Solitude is not a weakness, but an opportunity to find your own strength. When you are alone, you learn to listen to your heart, understand your thoughts, and find what is truly important. No need to fear silence, because that is where you can meet your most honest self. Solitude teaches patience, strengthens determination, and provides space for creativity and reflection. Be comfortable with yourself, and use this time to grow and understand life more deeply. When you learn to appreciate solitude, you will realize that true strength does not come from others, but from yourself. Doubt is natural, but don't let it stop you. Trust is not about the absence of fear, but about continuing to step forward even if your heart is still hesitant. Every small step you take, even if full of uncertainty, is bringing you closer to your goal. Believe in yourself, believe in the process, and let that belief grow slowly. Sometimes what looks blurry today will become clear tomorrow. If you keep the courage to step forward, don't give up on doubt, because behind it, there is always new strength and opportunities waiting for you. True happiness does not always come from the final result, but from every step you take along the way. Learn to enjoy the process with all its ups and downs, with the successes and failures that come. Every effort you make, every second you live, has its own value. Don't let yourself get stuck on the result, because the journey itself is your best teacher. By appreciating the process, you learn to be patient, grateful, and find happiness that does not depend on anything outside yourself. Enjoy your journey, and let every step be a gift to your own heart. Uncertainty is part of life, but that doesn't mean you have to lose hope. Stay positive, even if the road ahead looks blurry, even if you don't know what will happen. The small light in your heart can be a guide in the dark. Focus on the things you can control, and let go of worries about things you cannot change. Every challenge is an opportunity to learn, and every uncertainty is an opportunity to find new strength. Believe in yourself, believe in the process, and keep walking with a warm heart full of conviction. When you maintain a positive attitude, the world will also feel lighter, and the path ahead will slowly open up. True calmness does not come from the outside world, but from within yourself. Learn to be silent for a moment, to listen to the voice of your heart, and accept yourself as you are. The world can be full of noise, but a peaceful heart will remain calm, even if the surroundings seem chaotic. No need to seek approval or recognition from others. Just find peace within yourself, and let that guide your steps. Every calm breath, every gentle thought, is an invisible strength that makes you able to face anything wisely. Keep your heart peaceful, and know that within you there is a place that is always safe, a place where you can return anytime. Appreciate every process, even if sometimes it feels slow or heavy. Every small step you take is part of a larger journey. Don't be in a hurry to reach the destination, because the process is what shapes you, gives you experience, and teaches you patience. Even if the road is sometimes winding, and the results are not yet visible, believe me, all the efforts you make are never in vain. Learn to enjoy every moment, and see how small things slowly bring big changes in your life. Appreciate your own journey, and be grateful for every step you have taken. Because from here your strength and wisdom are born. Be grateful for the simple things, because that is where happiness is often hidden. A cup of warm tea in the morning, a smile from your loved ones, fresh air coming through the window are small gifts that are often forgotten. Life is not always about big or perfect things. Sometimes what makes the heart peaceful are the small things you feel every day. By being grateful, your heart becomes lighter, and the world feels warmer. Don't wait for big things to feel happy. Start by appreciating every simple moment, and slowly that happiness will grow in your life. Every day is a new opportunity to see the beauty in small things and be grateful for your own journey. Life always presents challenges, but don't let that break your spirit. True strength doesn't mean never falling, but being able to rise every time you stumble. Every difficulty is an opportunity to learn, to grow, and to become wiser. Keep your heart steadfast. Believe in your abilities, and don't give up even if the road feels heavy. When you remain strong in the midst of trials, you find the strength that has been hidden within you all this time. Remember, storms will pass, and every step you take now will bring you to a better place. Patience is the key in every journey. Not everything you plant today will immediately show results, but every effort, no matter how small, is preparing something big in the future. Don't rush. Don't feel like a failure because you haven't seen the results yet. Believe in the process and let time work with you. Every consistent step, every sincere effort will ultimately yield worthy results. Be patient, stay focused, and enjoy the journey because every moment is preparing you for something better. Uncertainty is part of life, but that doesn't mean hope must be lost. Stay optimistic, even if the road ahead looks blurry, even if you don't know what will happen. Focus on the things you can control, and believe that every step, no matter how small, is bringing something good. Optimism doesn't mean everything is perfect, but the ability to see the light, even in the middle of darkness. Let that hope guide you, and believe that even if the world changes and is full of challenges, the right path will open before you. Learning to let go is not giving up, but giving yourself a chance to grow. Not everything can be controlled. Not everyone will always be by your side, and not all plans go as desired. Letting go gives space for something better and frees your heart from unnecessary burdens. Don't be afraid to let painful things go, because every release brings new peace. Believe me, when you learn to let go, you give yourself the opportunity to find true happiness and space for beautiful things that are waiting for you. On every journey, there will be moments when everything feels heavy, when hope seems distant, and doubt obscures the path ahead. But remember, the darkest moments are often the beginning of the greatest light. True strength is not found in ease, but in how you face obstacles with calmness, patience, and unwavering determination. Every decision you make, every step you take, is the seed of something greater than yourself. Believe in yourself, believe in the process, and believe that every sincere effort will shape something valuable. Life gives us limited time, and how we utilize every second is a legacy that will live on, even when we are no longer there to see it. Don't be afraid to walk alone, because the courage to start often becomes the spark that ignites great change. One day, you will realize that all the struggles, all the doubts, and all the small steps you took have shaped the best version of yourself and left a meaningful mark on the world. Sometimes we feel the journey is too long and the destination feels far from reach. But remember, every step, no matter how small, is still moving forward. No effort is truly in vain, because everything shapes your experience and strength. Courage grows when you dare to take risks and keep moving forward, even when the world around you doesn't understand your intentions. A great vision is born from patience and perseverance, from the ability to see possibilities where others only see obstacles. Life is not about how fast you arrive, but about how consistent you walk and how sincerely you live every process. Every challenge brings a lesson, and every decision you make opens the way for growth and new opportunities. Don't be afraid to try new things, because your courage today will be an inspiration for tomorrow. One day, you will look back and realize that every small step has shaped an extraordinary future. When obstacles arise, remember that they are not barriers, but reminders that something great is being tested. True courage is not just about facing fears, but about continuing to move forward, even when the world around you doubts you. A strong vision begins with a simple imagination, with the question, what if? And is followed by consistent action, even if the results are not yet visible. Life teaches that patience and perseverance are the best friends for every great achievement. Every new day is an opportunity to rearrange your priorities, to pursue meaningful goals, and to leave a positive mark on those around you. Remember, life is not about how fast you walk, but about how steadfastly you stand when everything feels difficult. And one day, when you look back, you will realize that all the effort, perseverance, and choices you made have shaped something greater than yourself. Life is sometimes full of uncertainty, but that is exactly where the greatest opportunities arise. Every challenge that comes gives you a chance to learn, to grow, and to find strength that has been hidden all along. Courage does not mean not feeling afraid, but continuing to step forward, even if your heart is full of doubt. Every difficulty is a window that opens the way to new understanding and potential you never realized you had. You do not have to have all the answers now. Just believe in the process and keep moving forward, even if slowly. When you look at the future, remember that the greatest opportunities are often hidden behind obstacles. They are waiting for people who dare to try and do not give up when everything feels difficult. Every day is an opportunity to utilize your time, energy, and unique ideas in shaping a better future. And one day, when you look back, you will smile, because all the steps, perseverance, and decisions that seemed simple have created an extraordinary change. Often, the biggest changes come from the smallest steps. When the world seems silent, that is the moment when extraordinary ideas emerge. Faith is not about ensuring victory. Faith is about continuing to move forward, even if the road ahead is full of uncertainty. When you face fear, remember that fear is just a sign that something is important, not to hold you back, but to push you to find strength you never realized you had. True innovation is born from unseen perseverance, from long nights, and from minds that constantly seek solutions. Even when no one believes, life is not about making everyone agree. Life is about proving to yourself that you are capable of creating extraordinary things. Every new day is an opportunity to carve a story of courage, persistence, and dreams that never fade. And one day, when you look back, you will smile, because all those steps that seemed small turned out to shape a world bigger than you ever imagined. The greatest opportunities are often hidden in the most challenging places. People are afraid to face challenges, but it is precisely from there that creativity and solutions are born. Think about how to make something better, then do it. Don't wait for others to do it. Every new idea is a door to possibilities previously unseen. Don't underestimate the power of a single simple action, done with sincerity and focus. Life gives us limited time, and how we use it determines the direction of our journey. Every innovation starts from curiosity, and every courage is born from the unknown faced with determination. It's not about how fast you move, but about how consistent you are in pursuing things that matter. Humans are capable of creating, building, and inspiring, not because they are perfect, but because they do not give up, even when many doubt them. Every day is a blank canvas, and your actions are the colors that determine the picture of your life. Remember, this world is waiting for your courage, your ideas, and your unique way of leaving a mark. Life is not just about what you achieve, but about what you leave behind. I think we have an obligation to maintain the light of consciousness, to ensure it continues into the future. Every action you take today doesn't just shape you, but also shapes the world that will be inherited by the next generation. We live in a short time, and the opportunity to make a difference is often greater than we imagine. Don't be afraid to take risks. Don't be afraid to dream big, and don't be afraid to be a pioneer, even if the world isn't ready to see it. The future is not a gift that is given, but something that is built by people who are willing to be brave, persistent, and keep moving forward. Our children and their children will live in the world we are creating now. I owe everything to them, and I want this world to be better for them. Every step, every decision, every dream is the legacy we leave behind. And when you look back, you will know that a life full of struggle, courage, and love is a life that is truly meaningful. Many people dream of success, and Elon Musk once said, "Hard work is not about the time you spend." Sometimes, do not wait for motivation to come, is building your future slowly. I do not give up, but because they refuse to stop, the world will know is never in vain. Hard work is more important than talent, but about how you give your whole heart to what you do, because discipline is much stronger than momentary passion. And believe, unless you do not have to move fast every time, That all your hard work?
If you work 100 hours a week,
You have to keep going, because big results do not grow overnight. Wake up even though tired. That's the secret of those who succeed. The important thing is you do not stop at all, but only a few are willing to work hard enough to achieve. You will achieve results that others take a year to get. Even if no one sees you, they grow in every small step that you repeat endlessly. Continue even if not perfect. Every effort you give today, Elon also said, I really die or have no other choice. And it is not because they always know the way. And when your time comes, every big dream always starts from the mind that dares to imagine it. Elon Musk once said, I didn't build a company to make money. I built it to change the world. The dream is not about how big the results you can, but how much impact you can give. See the night sky. Every star there reminds us that humans were created to dream big, to break the boundaries, and reach places that have never been explored. Many people will say, it is not possible. Too far, too crazy. But the world is never changed by people who think mediocre. Elon also said, if something is important to you, do it, even if the possibility of failure is very large. Because one bold step today can open 1,000 doors for the future. Start with what you have. Every small step you take is part of something much bigger. And when you feel tired, remember one thing. The future is waiting for you there, where dreams and courage meet. Don't worry about failing. Failure is just part of the process to something bigger. Failure is a choice. If you never fail, that means you're not innovating enough. Every mistake you make is not the end, but a lesson that leads you in a better direction. Sometimes the people around you will doubt you. They may say your idea is impossible. But remember, things that seem impossible, it often sounds strange until someone proves it. Elon also said, if something is important to you, try it. Even though the chances of failure are great, doesn't mean you don't feel scared. The courage is to step forward, even though the fear is still there. Life is not about who is the smartest, but about who is the most persistent. The one who keeps going when the other one stops. Each day gives you a new opportunity to learn, to improve, and go further, and realize that all your failures, you have made yourself the best you are today. Life though needs more than just solving problems every day. You have to wake up and feel excited about the future you want to create. Elon Musk once said, keep thinking how you can do things better, and always question yourself, because every little question can be a big step towards change. Building a dream is like making a cake. You need all the ingredients in the right proportion: hard work, patience, and faith. The only thing the sensible thing to do is to strive for greater enlightenment. For everyone, we have an obligation to keep the light of consciousness, to stay alive, and continue to shine towards the future. Elon also once said, don't confuse school with education. I didn't go to Harvard, but the people who work for me do. Take the approach that you can be wrong. Your goal is not to always be right, but to be better, little by little. My children did not choose to be born. I chose to have them. They do not owe me anything. It is I who owe everything to them. Science discovered the truth about the universe, and engineering is about creating things that have never existed before. When I was a child, I only had one simple desire. I do not want to be alone, and to this day, I still fight so that man, not alone in nature, this universe,